Today I am going to be repairing my air compressor. One of the fittings in the back was leaking the other day, so I took it off, put some Teflon tape. Pardon me. And when I was putting it back together, I put too much pressure on the pressure switch and broke a little piece off of it. But you can't buy that piece. You have to buy a whole pressure switch. And what I broke was, let me get it in focus here. This little fella here. Alright? Sets down on the unit like that. It was on the bottom. Now, it's unfortunate, but we'll work with it. But what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to replace the entire pressure switch. What I'm going to do is take this off, the new switch, put it on the old switch, plumb it back up, we should be fine. Now the old switch had a 90 here, which this obviously does not, so we'll have to reroute that tube a little bit, and it'll work. We'll get it to work, that won't be a problem. That's project number 1. We'll get that finished up. I also picked up 2 of these inline air dryers. I picked up one to put on the back of the plasma cutter and one to put onto the blast cabinet, the sandblasting cabinet. Figured I'd order those right along with it, right along with the pressure switch. Okay, project number 1 discussed. These things are for later. Project number 2. Gotta move the camera. Project number 2 is to put together this. Picked up a little welding table. I'm going to put it together in the benchtop configuration because I already have lights. My welding bench here. I'll just put it on top of that and we'll be good. Then I am going to, here, let me put you back. I'll do some cleaning up while I talk. Then after that, I'll probably need that screwdriver. I'm going to weld up some little, I call them shoes. I don't know what you would actually call them. On the bottom of a snow plow, there's the little, I call them shoes that hold the plow up off the surface. And you stack washers underneath it to get the right height, whatever. I think that's how you do it anyways. To keep your plow up off the road if you're plowing gravel driveways and such. Now, I've been using my little Kubota tractor with the loader on it to clean the driveway as of recently. It's fun. Gives me something to do after it snowed and I'm not working. So I'm always worried about digging the edge of the bucket into the ground. Now there are items you can buy. There's a company that sells them. I think they're sold under the name Edge Tamers. And they go over the edge of your bucket, tighten down with clamps. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to bolt these onto the bottom of the bucket. The Kubota already has holes in the bucket. And I'm just going to build a little shoe, weld it up together. I got some 3/8 metal, so 3/8, 3/8, 6/8, 3/4. It'll be 3/4 of an inch thick. And that'll space it up off from the gravel driveway. I may have to make 3, 1 for the middle. We'll wait and see. I'm going to start off with 2 and see how that works. I've been doing it with the bucket without anything on it the last couple of snowfalls, and as long as I'm careful of the angle of the bucket, I haven't had any issues. This will make it a little more of a brainless operation. I won't be able to put the bucket too low. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm really not out much. I bought 1 piece of metal for it. The rest is metal I already had from previous projects and whatnot. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to record some of it, but I also want to get these things done, so I'm not going to record everything. Especially putting this welding table together. If you're going to be buying one of these welding tables, I would hope you would have the skills to put the welding table together. It looks really simple. So, all right, I'm going to get cleaned up here. There's junk on the bench, there's junk on the welding bench, and then we're going to get started. So stay tuned.
I'm going to drop that screw, aren't I? Where'd it go?
Let's get a little magnet. Magnet without metal fur on it. Oh, that's a lot.
Wish I had a compressor to blow that off. Come on, screw. Get out of it.
Okay, got our screw. Let's get a little... one of these magnetic dishes here. We'll put our screw in there. Okay, now that should just pull right out of there. Let's take a look. Okay,
it's not pulling right out. Let's see. Oh, there's a little nut on the back side there.
Does the replacement have on the back side? Oh yeah. It sure does. So I am going to work at this a while. Let's make sure this builds up pressure and then shuts off and doesn't leak. That would be a plus. Not leaking would be enjoyable, since how that's what precipitated this entire expedition. Okay. Now, great news. The compressor shuts off. Excellent. Terrible news. It's still leaking. Less than before, and the compressor is completely usable in this condition. This is the bending jig I've been using for the sissy bars. But with the new welding table, I should be able to just put the fixture pieces into the holes and make all different bending jigs. At least that's my hope. And if not, then I can set this back up again. But it served its purpose. And I want the welding table to go right here in this section. Okie dokie. Let's put that table together and get it set up here. What's nice with the table is I'll be able to adjust the legs and make it level, whereas, no, not with this. Here's an issue I've found with the table. There is such a little amount of space in here, you can't get on this nut to tighten the set nut, the jam nut, to keep this leg from moving. So what I'm doing is I'm taking these legs out, putting the nut on first so that it'll be here where I can get to it. It's going to make the table that much higher, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think being able to adjust those jam nuts is more important to me than the little bit of height that's going to add to the table. Because I want to be able to make sure this thing will stay level. So I don't know if you can see this. This is where it took a little bit of a hit. It's got a tiny bit of a bow there. I'm going to just get on it with a crescent wrench and see if I can. Let's just put a sizable wrench on it here and see if we can't tweak that back up. Oh, look at that. All fixed. Now, I want to weld up those shoes for the bucket on the tractor. So let's do that next. And we'll use the welding table. This is my plan here. I'm going to stack two of these pieces of plate, and I'm going to weld this pipe in front as my radius to have it scoot along the snow. bad, not bad. What I'm doing here is I drilled a round hole into these. That's the wrong size. That's got to be drilled up. Drilled a round hole in, and I took my file, and I filed it into a square. That way it can index up with the head of this carriage bolt. I tightened down that bolt, and it sunk right in there nice, so that's going to be perfect. I'm going to leave that bolted up, zip around the outside. That way we don't have to worry about the alignment later. That was a productive day. Got the compressor put back together. It works. It still leaks a little bit, but it works well enough for now. I'll eventually switch out that valve. And I got the welding table together. Let me let you know, give you a little review on that one, what I thought about it. Give it a shot. And then we got the shoes made for the bucket, you know. Great welds. Can you see those? Look at that. That one I'm super proud of, especially that one. Okay. We're going to get those put on the tractor. I'll throw in a picture of it here or there, what they look like on the tractor. And there's no snow, so there will be no testing out yet. But I can let you know how they work a little bit later. I did make I cut a piece of inner tube out of dirt bike inner tube, little piece. Anyways, and I'm going to put that in between the, you can see there, little rubber piece there, in between the shoe and the bucket. I really don't think it's necessary, but, you know, we'll see how it works. And whenever I do get some snow and use them, I'll let you know how I thought about it. And for the dozen of you that are watching my video, let me know what you thought of it not being, number one, motorcycle related at all, really. And number two, of just little things that I'm doing here in the shop. And if you like it, maybe I'll do some more. We'll see. All right, and thanks for stopping by.